we're going to turn things over to our speaker for this afternoon, and it is my delight to welcome Natalie Gass, who is the City of Dunedin Sustainability Manager. She's been in that role since 2018. It says that she's grateful. Julie Scales gave me this prompt here. Says that she is grateful for the environmentally forward-focused community and the local organizations who work to take environmental action. Natalie actually holds a Bachelor of Science degree in Environmental Science and Geography. So, Natalie, welcome. Where did you go? There she is. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the warm introduction. I had some really nice, colorful picture slides for you, but those are not going to come up today, unfortunately. So yes, I've been with the city for over 6 years now. I love working and living and playing here in Dunedin. This place is a beautiful community, a lot of support for our environmental projects and programs. So just wanted to cover a little bit about what that means, some of the history behind how we've gotten here, talk about our current projects, and then some of the programs that are more public facing that you could get involved with or what is sustainability? We hear these terms kind of thrown around all the time, and just for a specific definition, it's looking at meeting the needs of the present without compromising future generations to meet their own needs. And then we also talk about resiliency in Dunedin, and I think that term is really being discussed much more since our hurricanes and the things that our region is experiencing. And, you know, I think sometimes when we hear the term resiliency, we'll hear to bounce back. But to clarify, we don't want to bounce back to our current state. We always want to be bouncing almost forward. How can we improve and become more prepared and prevent some of these issues that we all face in the community? So sustainability and resilience are two of these terms and you know what we do here in Dunedin, and they play a role. So you have sustainability or mitigation, that's more of the preventative measures, and then resilience is how we are adapting and responding to our environmental conditions. On a very day-to-day level of trying to wrap our minds around what that means. Imagine if you come home, the sink is on and it's overflowing. The faucet's just pouring, the sink is overflowing, you have a mess all on your floor, and you run and grab the mop and the bucket. So you're trying to clean it up, which is great. You're adapting to that situation. But if you never start to turning off the faucet, you're gonna still run into the same issues. And so that's kind of that relationship of sustainability and resilience. Sustainability is looking at turning off the tap of these issues, and resilience is that mop and bucket solution. So a little history of Dunedin's sustainability program. We started in 2007 with our first sustainability coordinator position. We were one of the first cities in the region to create and hire for that position. Shortly after, we got certified through the Florida Green Building Coalition as a green local government, and that's a statewide certification. We received silver status. Just a few other key touch points. 2011 is when we started our Dunedin Community Garden. 2012, we upped our green local government status to gold. 2013, the city was the first platinum level green local government in the state of Florida. So that was a very exciting certification to receive. 2018, the city signed on to its clean energy goals. 2019, we recertified and got platinum status again. 2019, Dunedin became the home city and beacon city of the Florida Gulf Coast Hope Spot. That's all about ocean conservation. Does anyone know about the work of Dr. Sylvia Earle a little bit? Yeah. wonderful. She's a world-renowned oceanographer, scientist, activist. She grew up in the Dunedin area, and I recommend, she's got TED Talks and books and documentaries on Netflix. So it's wonderful. She came here for the designation and has been a support of that awareness and project as well. In 2022, the city adopted its first ever sustainability master plan called DREAM. That's Dunedin's Resilient Environmental Action Master Plan. It has 150 action items broken into the categories of city operations, community engagement, and then citizen engagement. So it's kind of broken into what the city can do on its own and internally, how we can partner with other organizations, schools, businesses, and then on a third level, what individuals can do at home or in their business or workplace. And then in 2023, we opened the doors to our new city hall. And I have some really fun pictures of the different sustainability things that we included in there. This was a 3 Green Globes certified building. We have 312 solar panels on the roof. We have 100% native plant landscaping around the building. It's actually 98% Florida native, 100% Florida friendly landscaping. If you look at those really big windows on City Hall, you'll notice there's lines. And so when we looked at the designs of the building and I saw these huge windows, I immediately thought about, like, what about all the birds? They're going to see those windows and we're going to have bird collisions all the time. So we actually put in those stripes. It's called window striping. And it deters birds from running into those massive windows. So little things like that. The building had high energy efficiency with the building envelope, and other things is what got us to that 3 Green Globes certification. So I will say, just kind of looking at the history from 2007 to 2025, where we are today, I think the perspective of sustainability and resilience has certainly shifted over the years. And we know that this started before 2007. This has been going on for decades. But the way I can kind of explain it is, in the past, it kind of felt like these terms, eco, green, tree hugger, like all these different things, they were kind of like, if you think of a cupcake, they were the sprinkles on top. They were the nice to haves. If there's time, if there's extra money, we'll do these projects. Over the years, we've changed our perspective. I think really as a collective community, that it's not the sprinkles on top. It's not even the cupcake. It's the plate that holds the cupcake. It is the foundation of how we, our way of life, and resilience and sustainability is what maintains the environment, which maintains all of our business and all of our homes and everything we do on a day-to-day basis. So some other current projects that we have going on, we are just completing our solar feasibility study for our municipal buildings. And this is looking at 16 of our larger buildings. And basically we did energy audits for all of them with Duke Energy. They gave us a report for each building looking at the equipment status, the condition, what needs to be replaced, and where we can find rebates for replacing that equipment. We then hired a consultant to do a solar feasibility study and determine if we put solar on this building, how much should we put on, what is the ROI, things of that nature. And that's going to actually be presented to City Commission on March 18th at the work session. We just applied for a $76,000 grant to do energy efficiency work, which was really that first step. When you're looking at clean energy projects, you want to look at energy efficiency first and then right size your solar to that as well. From a resilience perspective, and this is not, I'm not the project lead, but one of the supporting staff members of this project is our city's vulnerability assessment and adaptation planning. We received a grant from Resilient Florida for over $380,000 to do this citywide assessment, looking at identifying vulnerable infrastructure, our assets, and then determining those risks of flooding from rainfall, sea level rise, tidal flooding, and kind of all of those incorporated together. That study is prioritizing actions for drainage, infrastructure, and facility improvements. And I think we're going to be having another public workshop coming up end of spring, early summer. That hasn't been, the date hasn't been determined, but you'll see it when it comes out. And then just a few sustainability projects that are forward-facing, community public-facing that you can sustainability rebate program, and that is for getting funds off your permitting fee or off the project for different projects such as your home or business, impact windows and doors, installing electric vehicle charging, incorporating native plant landscaping or living shorelines, and there's so many more tickets on that rebates. So it's up to $2,500 per project, and that is open for Dunedin homeowners and businesses. We also have a solar rebate program. If you put rooftop solar on your home or business, that's another $2,500 you can get on a project like that. Overall, the city has other projects, and you would be seeing my slide that has all of the pictures and then a link to the program. So those two rebate programs I mentioned. We also have 14 EV electric vehicle charging stations in the city. We have a backyard compost program, and we do rain barrel workshops once a year. And then we also have our ongoing recycling program, which has been going on for a long time. But I know some wanted me to just kind of touch on our recycling program. So really it's quite a basic program. We're looking at plastic bottles and jugs, metal cans, so it's soup cans, soda cans, glass bottles and jars, and then paper. And paper kind of encompasses cardboard, paperboard, office paper, newspaper. So really those are the only types of things that we want to be seeing in the recycling bin. We have a lot of what we would call wish cycling, or you put something in the bin hoping it's going to be recycled, but it can't. And that actually causes some problems down the line with getting machinery tangled, or even more hazardous if there's rechargeable batteries sometimes in there, whether that's the garbage or recycling. We've seen truck fires. And so recycling right is not only just about doing what's correct, but it's also about worker safety. So we want to make sure that we continue educating on that. And that is it for my presentation today. I'm sorry you didn't get to see all the fun pictures, but I can send a copy of the slides out, maybe if there's notes or minutes or a newsletter, just so you can kind of see what I was talking about, some of the links to those programs. I'm happy to answer any questions that anyone has. Thank you. Yeah, so shredding. So we do a paper shredding event, and we do that January, February. So we just had it January 25th. I will say that in Pinellas County, there's quite a few paper shredding events throughout the county. And usually they're open to anyone in the county. So if the city of Largo or the city of Clearwater is putting on a shredding event, they usually welcome and open up their doors to anyone here in Dunedin. We do the same for people who come to our events. So just because Dunedin only has one doesn't mean that's your only option throughout the year. And then for hazardous waste, the Pinellas County does a collection twice a month on US 19. If anyone knows where Olive Garden is, it's right across from there. They do that twice a month. So rechargeable battery, paint, hazardous items can all be dropped off there. Like AA, AAA. So you can recycle those through private companies. I think there's like Batteries and Bulbs Plus around the neighborhood, but they're actually safe for the garbage. So they can go in the garbage. They no longer contain mercury, and that was the main concern historically. Yes. So yeah, any of the rebate programs are eligible to any organization, home, business in Dunedin. The project does have to be complete. So once permitting is done and your inspection and everything is complete, you can apply for the rebate program.
Is that a tax rebate?
No, you get a check in the mail.
I took advantage of the impact. How far back can you go for the electric? Something with the electric.
Okay, that's a great question. So I'll start with the solar program.
Okay.
So you can go any project that dates back to October of 2018 or going forward. We can't go past in the past of 2018. We can only go from when these programs started. And so this one, because we just launched it, it's actually October 1st of 2024. So it's a newer program. If you did stuff before, unfortunately, we're not legally allowed to give funds to projects before the program started. But going forward, if we run out of funds and if it is brought back into the budget each year, you're welcome to keep applying until you receive it. It's through the city. Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
So October, Dunedin experienced the two most environmental impacting events in its history.
Yes.
Right. The two hurricanes, the flooding, chemicals, just everything that destroyed the environment, basically. What has the sustainability of taking a look at the impact situation, resiliency of the planet?
So our sustainability team, and I'm housed in our city manager's office, and we work closely with our environmental team in stormwater. And the project I mentioned, vulnerability assessment, has kind of been the main thing ongoing that we're looking at vulnerability and projects, infrastructure updates. I know our engineering team and our public works team, they are really heading the front of those infrastructure projects. And from a sustainability side, again, that's more of the preventative measures. So we're looking at solar, clean energy, greenhouse gases, nature-based solutions. We're exploring some options for a living shoreline for resiliency in our parks. But that side, if you're asking specifically what is sustainability doing for those projects, we again are more preventative, and resilience and environmental protection is more of that response adaptation. Each year we, I'm forgetting now if this is going to be our second or third Hurricane Expo. I don't know. So it's all blending together. But we've started having our Hurricane Expos, which is revolved around that preparedness, education. Well, and right after the storms, I was there with kind of became more of like a relief. Our sustainability projects were put on hold, and we started doing community work, going door to door immediately after the hurricanes. So the departments, we support each other, we support our community, and try to kind of make it work when these things arise. But yeah, it depends on what we experience. I know everyone's gone through a lot. It's been a very challenging year. Any other questions? Yes.
Sustainability and resilience being considered as rural areas.
The marina? Yes. Yeah. So we look at because we've been able to, when I started with the city, my position was in our solid waste division, which really more focused around recycling, waste reduction, composting. I did some green government certifications and things like that. But in elevating our division into the city manager's office, we're really able to now be part of and look at projects holistically on a citywide scale, which is great to have that impact on all those different projects, including the marina. Okay, well, thank you. Yeah, I really appreciate your time.
It's still mine. I don't know how to one.
Natalie, thank you so much, and thank you for all the help provide our city and our residents. And actually, we have a organic garden we also run in the church, and Natalie's been a great help and resource with information about that as well. So I'm very grateful. Natalie, I do want to remember that for all of our guests, we honor to Dunedin Elementary School. So this one is Adventure Mice, Mermouse Mystery. And I'm going to invite you at the conclusion of our meeting today to come and sign that, and we'll donate that in your honor. So thank you again for being here.